Amafowaa, a student of Abena Atta Girls and Boys Secondary School in Accra, was more than just well-known, she was a legend. Her name echoed through every classroom, hallway, and playground. She wasn't just top of her class, she excelled in every subject, effortlessly outshining her peers. Her beauty only added to her mystery. With her luminous skin, radiant eyes, and graceful movements, Amafowaa seemed to be from another world. There was something almost magical about her that made it hard for others to approach her, even though she was kind and humble. Whenever Amafowaa entered a room, conversations would cease, and eyes would turn in her direction. Her brilliance extended beyond academics. In debates, sports, and musical performances, she was always ahead, always composed. But despite her popularity, Amafowaa lived a lonely life. Admired but never truly befriended, she often walked alone, her only company being her thoughts and the secret she held deep within her heart. Behind Amafowaa's dazzling exterior lay a truth that no one at Abena Atta Secondary could have ever imagined. Amafowaa was a mermaid. Her parents, Abena and Amafowaa, had known from the moment of her birth that their daughter was different. After years of trying to have a child, they sought the guidance of the elders in their hometown of Cape Coast. Following the elders' advice, Abena and Amafowaa visited a sacred lagoon, said to be blessed by the goddess Mermaid. It was believed that the goddess had the power to bless barren couples with children, but her gifts always came at a price. Abena and Amafowaa, with hearts full of hope and fear, offered their prayers to the goddess by the lagoon. Soon after, their prayers were answered, and Amafowaa was born. From the moment she came into the world, her parents knew she was not like other children. In the months leading up to her birth, the goddess had appeared to them in their dreams, warning them to protect Amafowaa, for she belonged to both the earth and the sea. "Your daughter is a gift from both worlds," the goddess had said. "But she must live in secrecy, for the world will not understand her." At first, Abena and Amafowaa didn't fully comprehend the weight of the goddess's words. To them, Amafowaa was simply a bright, joyful child. But as she grew older, strange things began to happen. Whenever water splashed on her legs during bath time, her skin would shimmer in a way that was not human. If she stayed in water too long, her legs would transform into a beautiful, scaly tail. Amafowaa was part human, part mermaid, a creature of both realms. Her parents, terrified of what might happen if the world discovered the truth, did everything they could to keep her secret. They avoided taking her to pools, rivers, and beaches. They even kept her inside whenever it rained, explaining that she was allergic to the rain. They warned her never to swim, never to be caught in a downpour, and never to reveal what happened when her legs touched water. One day, when Amafowaa was 13, she could no longer hold back her curiosity. "Why can't I play in the rain like my friends? Why do my legs change when I bathe?" she asked, her voice filled with frustration. Abena and Amafowaa exchanged nervous glances. They had always known this day would come, but they were never ready for it. That evening, they told her the truth. They spoke of the goddess Mermaid, the blessing they had received, and the price that came with it. They explained that her legs would turn into a tail if she was submerged in water and that the world wouldn't understand her. Though the revelation was hard for Amafowaa to accept, she understood the need to keep her secret. From that day on, she obeyed her parents' warnings. She stopped questioning why she couldn't join her friends in the rain or swim in the sea, and instead, she focused on her studies, determined to find her place in the human world. Her brilliance, however, only isolated her further. The more she excelled, the more her classmates envied her. They whispered behind her back, calling her arrogant and standoffish. Some were jealous of her beauty, others of her intelligence. They didn't know that Amafowaa's perfection was a mask, a way to protect herself from the pain of knowing she could never fully belong. Things took a turn when the school's swimming team began recruiting students for the national competitions. Abena Atta Secondary had a reputation for winning, and many teachers thought Amafowaa would be a perfect fit. Her natural grace and discipline would make her a star swimmer. But when asked, Amafowaa had to decline. "Why won't you join the team?" her PE teacher, Madam Esi, asked, puzzled by her refusal. "You're one of the most talented students I've ever seen. You could be a champion." "I just don't like swimming," Amafowaa replied, her voice tight with controlled emotion. Madam Esi didn't push further, but her classmates were not as kind. Rumors spread quickly. "She thinks she's too good for us. Maybe she's afraid of failing." Soon, the bullying began. At first, it was subtle, snide remarks and cold shoulders. But it quickly escalated. Her books were torn, her lunch was dumped on the floor, and insults were scribbled across her desk. The ringleader of the bullies, Amafowaa, took a particular interest in tormenting Amafowaa. One afternoon, she threw chewing gum at her, ruining her homework. "Oops, sorry," Amafowaa sneered as the class laughed. Another time, during sports day, she and her friends locked Amafowaa in the changing room, leaving her trapped while the rest of the school celebrated. Despite the cruelty, Amafowaa never retaliated. She didn't tell her parents, afraid they might pull her out of school or worsen the situation. Instead, she focused even more on her studies, determined to succeed. On prize-giving day, Amafowaa swept the awards, winning prize after prize. Her parents beamed with pride, but behind her bright smile, Amafowaa felt the weight of her isolation. The applause did little to lift the loneliness she felt. After the ceremony, as she stood alone in the schoolyard, Amafowaa approached her. "Enjoy your moment, Miss Perfect," she sneered. "It won't last forever." Amafowaa looked at her, tears welling up. "Why do you hate me?" she asked softly. "What did I do to you?" Amafowaa smirked. "You exist," she replied before walking away. That night, lying in bed, Amafowaa thought of the lagoon, of the goddess Mom water, and of the freedom the sea offered. She wondered if she would ever find a place where she could be her true self, where she didn't have to hide. But for now, she knew she had to keep her secret safe. And so, she closed her eyes and dreamed of the water, where she could be free, even if only in her dreams.